Low vibrations.
Hey, I'm Peter, and this is my series Low Vibration. This episode is on UFOs. Before I start, let me tell you my history with UFOs. So basically, it started off in middle school. That's when I really got into UFOs. I think the main thing that got me into UFOs was Invader Zim and Megaman Legends. Invader Zim was about this alien named Zim who tried to take over the Earth. He had this really cool UFO he called a Zoot Fighter, I believe. I really loved it, and it was neat and edgy for a middle schooler. Then Megaman Legends was a 3D platformer on the PlayStation. They had these airships which were powered by spinning crystals, and I always thought that airships were really cool. I always thought it would be cool to have a house that moved. RVs are kind of close to that, but they just seem so lame. So I always thought it had to be an airship or nothing at all. Maybe a yacht would work, but I don't know. So anyhow, let's get into what I think a UFO is. UFO is an acronym. It means unidentified flying object. The person who decides if something is a UFO is the observer. It might be that the UFO isn't really a UFO, but just a UFO, but is just unknown to the observer. If a UFO is really a craft, then someone probably knows what it is. So the fact that someone knows what a UFO is doesn't actually matter as long as the observer doesn't. So a few possible explanations for what a UFO might be. It might be something mundane that the observer didn't know about. Like it could just be a regular plane, a balloon, a swarm of birds, or a weird cloud formation. The next option is that it's a plane or drone that hasn't been released to the public yet. Another possible option is a cryptid. Maybe there is some type of giant bird flying around, and people think it's a plane, but then when it starts flying like a bird, they have trouble processing it. Finally, the last possible option is that there are aliens or non-human intelligence who created these crafts. Now to get to my story. It starts on September 5th of 2004. I was a sophomore or junior in high school. My whole family and I were at the New York State Fair. I always thought the New York State Fair was fun. It's like going to an amusement park, minus the big rides and roller coasters. It also has a seedy element, which makes it seem more like an adventure. Anyhow, we were leaving the State Fair as it was closing at 10 or 11. However, it is hard to tell since that happened more than 16 years ago. Anyhow, we were driving on Interstate 90, going west away from Syracuse. I think we were just outside the area where the light pollution of the city was starting to go away. I was sitting in the front of the passenger side of the car, looking up at the stars, and I saw this diamond shape in the sky. I couldn't see it as much as I could see its silhouette against the stars. I pointed it out to my family, and everyone on the passenger side could see it. I think my dad, the driver, was even able to see it, so it might have been in front of us and not to the side. It looked small and didn't seem to be that high up, but I don't have a frame for reference for it. It seemed to be going slower than the car was, less than 70 miles per hour. But it could just be that it was a very large ship moving very fast and was very high up, and I wouldn't be able to tell if that was the case. Eventually, I got bored and stopped watching it. I don't remember what happened after that. I think I just forgot what happened rather than I was abducted or something interesting like that. I did write about it in my journal, though. When I first saw it, I thought it was a Nighthawk fighter, since it seemed to be made out of the same black radar-absorbing material and had a similar angular design. However, as I got older, I realized Nighthawks travel much faster than 65 miles an hour, except for maybe when they were taking off or landing, and the Black Diamond wasn't doing either. Then I thought it might have been a drone, since it kind of looked like those 4-propeller drones you can buy. However, the diamond shape would make it so it couldn't lift up vertically like a regular drone would be able to. There is still the possibility that it was a drone that was never released to the public. So if I thought this was a Blackhawk, what got me to believe it was a UFO? What got me to believe it was a UFO and not a regular plane was when I was in college watching a UFO documentary. In the documentary, someone had gotten a picture of a similar Black Diamond UFO during the day. Then while making this video, I was doing research online, and I came across websites saying that UFOs are pretty common near Syracuse. I'll leave the link to the article in the description. So that's my UFO story. What do you think I saw? Have you ever seen a UFO? Comment below, like and subscribe. My next episode will be on what low vibrations means. See you then. Have a good day. Bye.